Ang lahat ng drama, ang lahat ng tawanan, musika at anong paman. Magkakasama pa rin tayo mga kalamaw. Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang iyong paboritong tambayan. Broadcasting live from TVH Group of Networks. Ang iyong hipilan, ang iyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at 4.
Good afternoon, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. It is now 4:01 p.m. This is Power for Cool News at 4. You are listening to us right here on Cool FM Nationwide and News Radio 93.1 on bringing the latest stories that we're for you. We begin with the top headlines as Tropical Depression Nika may strengthen into a severe tropical storm and hit either Isabela or Aurora province by Monday, November 11th, the state weather agency said. It is 11 a.m. Cyclone Bulletin. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration (PACASA) said Nika is forecast to move generally west-northwestward throughout the forecast period. On the track forecast, it may make landfall over Isabela or Aurora on Monday. This tropical cyclone is forecast to gradually intensify and may reach severe tropical storm category by Monday, it added. Nika was last located 1,145 kilometers moving westward at 30 kilometers per hour, according to the state meteorologists. PACASA said Tropical Depression Nika currently packs maximum sustained winds of 55 kilometers per hour and coastiness of up to 70 kilometers per hour. Due to these weather developments, PACASA raised tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 over Catanduanes, where wind speeds between 39 kilometers per hour and 61 kilometers per hour in the next 36 hours are expected. Nika entered the Philippine area of responsibility at 2 a.m. on Saturday, November 9, and then developed into a tropical depression by 8 a.m. A magnitude 4.3 earthquake struck Bugos Town in Surigao del Norte on Saturday morning, the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology (PhilFox) said. In its earthquake bulletin, PhilFox said that the earthquake was last located east of Bugos Town in Surigao del Norte and occurred at 9:12 a.m. It was tectonic in origin and had a depth of 19 kilometers. It was earlier raised to magnitude 4.7 with its original depth of 10 kilometers. PhilFox also said that the earthquake's reported strength was raised to intensity 3 in Bogos, Surigao del Norte, from the earlier record of intensity 2. The agency noted that intensity 3 can already be felt by many people indoors, especially in upper floors of buildings. Meanwhile, it still recorded the tremor at instrumental intensity 2 in Surigao City, in Surigao del Norte, and Hinundayan in Southern Leyte. The agency added that there are no expected damage and aftershocks. Senate Minority Leader Aquino Coco Pimentel III urged President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. anew to let the Philippines rejoin the International Criminal Court. In a speech at the Department of Foreign Affairs on Friday, Pimentel said, "Let us rejoin the ICC. We should treat this as our insurance policy just in case our system fails us and we get to elect an abusive, tyrannical, heartless leader, and our justice system fails us too." Pimentel led the inquiry of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee into the brutal drug war of the previous Duterte administration last October 28. The Senate investigation followed revelations at the House of Representatives, which Quad Committee is investigating the controversial war on drugs and alleged extrajudicial killings during the Duterte administration. During the House Quad Committee's October 11 hearing, retired police Colonel Rowena Garma implicated Duterte and his 8th-term lawmaker, Senator Christopher Bong in an alleged reward system for police officers who killed drug suspects. On November 4, Senate President Francis Gis Escudero said the upper chamber was open to providing the ICC a transcript of its probe into the Duterte administration's drug war. On rejoining the ICC, Pimentel added that the ball was in President Marcos' court. In 2022, Pimentel urged Marcos to apply for ICC membership, saying there was nothing to fear about the court and that the Colombo Tribunal should be an available remedy for Filipinos. The Makati City Police arrested two men for allegedly robbing two Japanese nationals on Thursday, November 7. The arrest of alias Wendell, 26, and Jeffrey, 23, happened on Friday morning during a direct net operation that was launched after the victims reported the alleged robbery to the police. According to the Japanese nationals, whose names were not disclosed by the Southern Police District, the motorcycle riding suspects robbed them along Don Gino Rose Avenue at 8:45 p.m. last Thursday. During the dragnet operation along Don Chino Rose Avenue in front of Makati Cinema Square in Barangay Pio del Pilar, the police spotted a motorcycle with no license plate that matched the description given by the victims. Police said Denwell and Jeffrey attempted to evade the dragnet on Friday morning. Police, however, successfully apprehended them and found in their possession an X9 9mm firearm and a magazine with 5 live rounds of ammunition, as well as a replica firearm and cash worth 10,000 Japanese yen. Police seized the items and the motorcycle. Later, the Japanese nationals positively identified the suspects who will be facing robbery and illegal possession of firearms complaints, according to SPD. SPD Director Brigadier General Bernard Young lauded the arrest of the alleged robbers and vowed to implement further measures to ensure the safety of foreign nationals visiting cities in southern Metro Manila. And just the heads up for Maynila customers out there, water service interruption schedules were issued. Schedules rather were issued for some Metro Manila and Bulacan areas next week from November 11 to 15. Manila said in an advisory released Friday that the water service cutoff will make way for regular maintenance activities that would ensure the good condition of the entire West Zone water distribution network. The said water service interruption will affect the following areas: Caloocan City, Barangay 176, November 12, 10 p.m. to November 13, 6 a.m. Barangay 1 to 12 and 40 to 20, November 11 from 12:01 a.m. to 3 a.m. Barangay 148, 149, 152 to 155, and 161, November 11 from 12:01 a.m. to 3 a.m. For Makati City, Bangkok, Pilo del Pilar, and San Isidro, November 11 and 13 from 12:01 a.m. to 3 a.m. Palalnan, November 11 and 13 from 12:01 a.m. to 3 a.m. Malabon City, Logos, and Tonsuya, November 11 from 12:01 a.m. to 3 a.m. Potrero, November 11 from 12:01 a.m. to 3 a.m. For Manila City, Barangay 429, 432, 436 to 438, 440, 442, 443, 446 to 448, 450, 452, 454, 456, 461, 512 to 515, and 517, November 14 from 12:01 a.m. to 3 a.m. It's the same for all of them. except we have different dates. For Navotas City, we have Panglosi. So actually all of them. So November 11 from 12:01 a.m. to 3 a.m. Obanto in Bulacan. Barangay Paco, November 12, 11 p.m. to November 13, 4 a.m. Quezon City, November 11 and 13 from 12:01 a.m. to 3 a.m. Quezon City, San Diego, Domingo, Talayan, and Tadalon. Apolonio Samson, Sangasa, Maresa, Masampong, Pag-ibig sa Nayon, and Sena. And the rest, all of them actually, November 14 and 15 from 12:01 a.m. to 3 a.m. And finally, for Venezuela City, Arcong Bato, Colong, Genti de Leon, Laruhatan, Mabalo, Malangday, Malinta, Marolas, Maysan, Palasan, Pari Angsilio, Villa, Poblacion, Finterilas, and Wawampulo, November 12, 11 p.m. to November 13, 4 a.m. Manila advised residents in these areas to reserve enough water until normal distribution resumes. It is now 4:11 p.m. We will return with more news headlines right here on koolNews at 4. Stick around, people. We will be right back.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by Katip's Hot Dog. Amoy na amoy ang sarap. Kids can tell. Pride powdered detergent. All you need is pride. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Fuji Denso Home and Commercial Appliances, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-saving products. Upgrade your usual appliances of Fuji Denso HV inverter appliances. Fuji Denso, quality above all. Yakult Probiotic Drink. Yakult, panalo ka tiyan. And Jor A Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. You're listening to Cool FM.
#1 sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa!
Pasko na naman! Ang saya at ang sarap ng Pasko ay tulad lang naman ng pagbabago ng kutis ko. Alagang-alaga ako ng gandang natural herbal soap. Kaya naman, ang laki ng pagbabago. Mga kati-kati, tigyawat ay wash out. Kaya ngayong Pasko, sadyang masaya ako. Maggandang natural papaya with tawas and turmeric soaps, kinu-whitening ka na rin, my dear. Available na sa mga botika, drugstores, groceries, Shopee at Lazada.
Yo, it's the same. So, Dwight Ramos.
Hey yo, Jeremiah.
Alam mo na, yung primera klase.
Primera Light Brandy.
From Spain, award-winning premium blend.
Smooth. Now this is our Primera Classic Brandy. Primera Light Brandy. Dahil Primera Classica.
Drink responsibly.
Robust dietary supplement for men. Sabi niya, tunay, magaling at matigas. Samahan mo pa ng Robust. Gawa ng extra L-arginine, Songaria, Sinomorium at GABA with proper diet and exercise. Para makasiguro, bumili sa mga Mercury drugstores nationwide. Robust, 75 pesos SRP per tablet lamang. Robust para sa mga kalalakihan. Hatid sa inyo ng ATC Healthcare International Corporation. Mahalagang paalala, ang Robust ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Yay! Konti na lang! Tapos na tong school project ko! Today pala deadline nito!
Lagot!
Bakit nga ba ako pumasok dito sa kusina?
Ano nga ba kukunin ko?
Nako po!
Incorrect password? Ano nga ba yung password ko?
Ano nga ba? Memo Plus Gold with Bacopa Monnieri Extract. Iba ang Brainy Good.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Memo Plus Gold ay hindi gamot at hindi maaaring gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Hey you. Yeah you. I know what you're thinking. You're craving something more. Something beyond the ordinary. Something wild. You want to explore. You want to connect. You want to feel truly alive. And you know what? You deserve it. So awaken that sphere, the side that longs for adventure. For the thrill of the unknown, go ahead. Embrace the moment. Premier Condoms. Wild because you can.
Si Vic Soto po ito. Alam nyo ba, kahit saan ako magpunta sa mundo, ang tanging tinatanggap na premium quality elastomeric paint ay yung gawa sa 100% acrylic. Hindi namumulbos. Di basta kumukupas ang kulay. Matagalan. Para sa akin, yan ang gold standard. Kaya sa pagbili ng elastomeric paint, siguraduhin yung may tatak na 100% acrylic. Hanapin ang Davis Sun and Rain 100% acrylic elastomeric paint. Basta pintura, hanapin ang tatak Davis.
Api ka ba sa batas? Huwag kang mag-alala, may lapid law na magtatanggol sa iyo mula kay Senador Lito Lapid. Ito ang Republic Act 9999 o ang Free Legal Assistance Law para sa mga walang abogado. Kahit na sinong lawyer ay pwede mong kunin ng libre dahil pwede nilang ikaltas sa tax nila ang charge nila sa kaso mo. Kasi nga, isa lang sa inyo ang dapat bigyan ng Public Attorney's Office o PAO ng abogado na kalaban mo sa kaso. Sa Free Legal Assistance Law o ang Lapid Law, may abogado ka na agad. Lingkod Lapid para sa masang Pilipino. Senator Lito Lapid. Senator Lito Lapid.
Barbie, pinapahid mo na naman yung Silka Lotion. Anong meron dyan?
Girl, may papaya enzymes and NutriBlend complex to.
Taray, may papaya. Tinola ka, girl.
Ay, sis, ang Silka may Vita-Absorb technology at SPF 6 din. SPF? Super Papaya Fruit? Sun Protection Factor kasi, friend. Kahit under the sun, skin ay lit with regular use.
Wow, slay it.
Slay it with a skin na gigs. Stay lit with Silka with regular use for only 750 pesos SRP.
Basta para sa anak ko, ito todo buhos ang nutrisyon.
Dahil ngayon, ang Birch Tree Fortified may tripleng tulong sa kalusugan niya. Helps with immunity, bone health, at brain function with a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle for those aged 3 and above.
Yan ang Lakas Depensa Plus Support Nutrients.
Araw-gabi tayong dalawa.
With Birch Tree Fortified.
Support nutrients refer to vitamins A and C for immunity, calcium and phosphorus for bone health, and zinc function.
Ma, paglaki ko, gusto kong maging basketball player.
Game! Oh, Star Rice at gulay kapanak. May Star Margarine yan.
Ubus ko na. Meron pa po ba, Ma?
Parang basketball player ka na kumain na.
Slam dunk sa sarap eh.
Dagdag sustansya rap with Star Margarine. Tulad ng vitamins A, B, E, and iodine. Star Margarine. Mas abot ang pangarap. Sabayan ng tamang diet and exercise.
Ay, bakit kaya may sakit na naman siya?
Mga kababayan, ang pagbabakuna ay subok, epektibo at ligtas na proteksyon na ating katawan laban sa mga sakit. Simula sa ika-7 ng Oktubre, sa pagtutulungan ng Department of Health at ng Department of Education, maaari nang makapagbakuna ng libre sa mga pampublikong paaralan. Sa isang bagong Pilipinas, bawat buhay mahalaga.
Pamaskong padala, ML Kwarta padala mula sa M. Lulier. Mabilis, madali, maasahan. Kwartang pinaghirapan, pinag-ipunan sa M. Lulier. Ang pinagkakainaban, padalang kinakailangan, labis na inaasahan. Mabilis makakarating sa paroronan. ML Kwarta padala, pamilya padala, padalang galing sa puso.
Coco Martin po, certified Argentina corned beef lover. Kasi naman, ang hibla, malaman. Made with 100% real beef fat. At masarap talaga. Hinahanap-hanap kita. Sarap ng Argentina. Sa presyong abot kaya, promise. Busog ang araw-araw ko. As part of 3 complete meals.
Mas matindi na ang init at ulan ngayon, kaya dapat Elastosil na with Solasomer 3X formula. UV resistant, puno na flexible premium polymers. Matibay, 3 times at tumatagal. Versus competing brand. Tag-init o tag-ulan, Elastosil mo yan. Pioneer, do it right.
Get supercharged with BLDT Home Fiber Unli All. Unli mobile calls. Double the speed Unli Fiber versus previous plan. And Unli Signal. Get all these for just $1399. Visit any BLDT Home booth to apply. Get supercharged with BLDT Home Fiber Unli All. Unli mobile calls. Double the speed Unli Fiber versus previous plan. And Unli Signal. Get all these for just $1399. Visit any BLDT Home booth to apply.
You're listening to Cool FM.
#1 sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa!
Welcome back. Let's get onto the international headlines now. And U.S. election exit polls began to point to a second presidency for Donald Trump. Many Americans were already looking for another kind of exit, moving abroad. Google searches for move to Canada surged 1,270% in the 24 hours after U.S. East Coast polls closed on Tuesday, company data shows. Similar searches upon moving to New Zealand climbed nearly 2,000%, while those for Australia jumped 820%. Late Wednesday evening on the U.S. East Coast, Google searches about immigrating were hitting all-time highs for all three countries, according to a Google official. The search giant does not provide absolute figures, but data from the Immigration New Zealand website showed the site logged some 25,000 new U.S. users on November 7, compared to 1,500 for the same day last year. Some immigration lawyers are also being inundated with inquiries. Evan Green, managing partner at Canada's oldest immigration law firm, Green and Spiegel, said every hour there is a new email inquiry. The sudden enthusiasm for immigration echoes the interest in moving abroad seen after Trump's 2016 victory. This time, however, the Republicans' re-election has followed a particularly divisive campaign in which nearly three-quarters of U.S. voters said they felt American democracy was under threat, according to Edison Research exit polls. Many Americans are also worried that his presidency could drive a bigger wedge between Democrats and Republicans on issues such as race, gender, what and how children are taught, and reproductive rights. Trump is obviously the impetus, but it's also social though. The majority of Americans voted for him, and some people don't necessarily feel comfortable living in that kind of society anymore. People are afraid they are going to lose freedom, said Green. In a Reddit group dedicated to those leaving the US called r/Amber Exit, hundreds shared suggestions about ideal destinations and tips for getting visas and jobs. Some users said they feared for the country, their safety, or both after Trump's election. Even before the election, those fears were increasingly cited by Americans looking to immigrate to Canada, according to Heather Bell, an immigration consultant and Culliver Law Farm Bell Alliance. Few, however, managed to follow through, said Bell. Immigrating to Canada is not easy, especially now with the government reducing the numbers of temporary and permanent migrants coming to Canada, she said. The World Health Organization and some 50 countries issued a warning at the United Nations about the rise of ransomware attacks against hospitals, with the United States specifically blaming Russia. Such attacks on hospitals can be issues of life and death, according to WHO head Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, who addressed the UN Security Council during a meeting on Friday, November 8, called by the United States. Surveys have shown that attacks on the healthcare sector have increased in both scale and frequency, Ghebreyesus said, emphasizing the importance of international cooperation to combat them. Cybercrime, including ransomware, poses a serious threat to international security, he added, calling on the UNSC to consider it as such. A joint statement co-signed by over 50 countries, including South Korea, Ukraine, Japan, Argentina, France, Germany, and the United Kingdom, offered a similar warning. These attacks pose direct threats to public safety and endanger human lives by delaying critical healthcare services, cause significant economic harm, and can pose a threat to international peace and security, read the statement, but shared by U.S. Deputy National Security Advisor Anine Limburger. The statement also condemned nations that knowingly allow those responsible for ransomware attacks to operate from. At the meeting, Limburger directly called out Moscow, saying some states, most notably Russia, continue to allow ransomware actors to operate from the territory with impunity. France and South Korea also pointed the finger at North Korea. Russia defended itself by claiming the UNSC was not the appropriate forum to address cybercrime. We believe that today's meeting can hardly be deemed a reasonable use of the Council's time and resources, said Russian Ambassador Vasily Nebenzia. If our Western colleagues wish to discuss the security of healthcare facilities, continued, they should agree in the Security Council upon specific steps to stop the horrific attacks by Israel on hospitals in the Gaza Strip. Meanwhile, Canada is on high alert with all eyes on the U.S. border as the country braces for a possible influx of migrants from the United States, authorities said Friday, November 8th. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has promised the largest mass deportation in American history, accusing immigrants of poisoning the blood of our country. During his first presidential term from 2017 to 2021, tens of thousands of migrants, including Hatitans, stripped of U.S. protections, fled north to Canada. We're on high alert, a Royal Canadian Mounted Police spokesman, Sergeant Charles Poirier, told Agence France. All of our eyes are looking at the border to see what's going to happen because we know that Trump's stance on immigration might drive up illegal and irregular immigration to Canada, he said. In Ottawa, Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland met Friday with a group of ministers tasked with handling thorny issues that might emerge between Canada and the incoming Trump administration. She sought to reassure that Canada was ready for a possible uptick in migrant arrivals. We have a plan, she told a news conference after the meeting without giving details. Canadians need to know our borders are safe and secure and we control them. Watching out for a possible influx comes as Canada is slashing its own immigration targets. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government has said it wants to slow population growth while it bolsters key infrastructure and social services. Quebec Premier Francois Legault this week also expressed concerns about a large number of arrivals overwhelming his province's already strained ability to house them. Immediately following Tuesday's election, online searches in the United States about moving to Canada jumped tenfold. The status of the people making those inquiries is unclear, but some U.S. citizens opposed to Trump's return to power have reportedly been inquiring Canadian immigration and relocation services. Google Trends pointed to search terms such as immigrate to Canada, Canada immigration process, and how to move to Canada. The government estimates the processing of permanent residency applications can take up to 1 year, while projected wait times for refugee claims is 44 months. Entering Canada between border checkpoints is illegal and dangerous, especially in winter months, the RCMP's Poirier noted. We understand the misery and fear that drives people to try to cross into Canada through forests or fields or across lakes and rivers, but there are real dangers, he warned. It's starting to get cold. We have seen some tragedies in the past. People were severely frostbitten and had to have amputations. People also suffer severe hypothermia, Poirier said. Rule changes in 2023 have also made it harder for people coming from the United States to succeed in making asylum claims in Canada, and they would likely be returned to the United States. Poirier said more boots on the ground are expected to be deployed along the world's longest military border in the coming days, as authorities expect migrants to start hitting the road soon ahead of Trump's inauguration in January. Additionally, cameras, sensors, and drones have already been set up along this 8,891 kilometers or 5,525 miles stretch, and information is being shared between Canada and the United States in real time, he added. Despite months of planning, Poirier warned if thousands of migrants come all at once and cross at many border points, it could become unmanageable. And finally, onto showbiz. Hollywood A-lister couple Zendaya and Tom Holland are set to reunite for acclaimed director Christopher Nolan's upcoming film, whose title is yet to be revealed. After teaming up in the 3 previous Spider-Man movies for Marvel, the real-life couple will share their screen once more alongside other A-lister actors Annie Hathaway and Matt Damon, as reported by Deadline and Variety. Details, including the title and plot, are being kept on the wraps, but the film is slated for a July 2026 release and will mark Nolan's first feature after the 2023 blockbuster Oppenheimer. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 4:30 p.m. and that is it. And that is all for koolNews at 4. We will return later at 9 p.m. under koolNews Primetime for more news and headlines. You can also send us your comments, suggestions, and feedback at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. I am Cairo, and this is koolNews. Take care and mabuhay. Goodbye for now.